world of sports at the weekend, and I tell you, it was a busy weekend filled with sporting actions across the globe. And that's Sports and Today, Sports Splash will x-ray what went down at the weekend. We'll tell you about Anambra Club, a Solution Football Club, as they got the better of Osun United in match day 4 of the Nigeria National League, the NNL, the second tier of Nigerian club football. We'll also be telling you about the Lincoln Cup in Nnewu. We'll tell you about a certain team known as Onitsha All-Stars. We'll also tell you about Young Boys of Zobolo and Obunebu, how they emerged champions of under 13, under 15, and the senior level of the Lincoln Cup competition. We'll also be talking about Jose Pesero, the coach of the Super Eagles, and what the sports ministry is talking about the stay as the coach of the national team. And then we've got a Formula One news. Athletics is also featuring on the show, not forgetting tennis, and then we'll serve you the results of matches played across Western Europe. And the weekend we'll focus on France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and England on the sports show Sports Today. Now let's begin with our first story. Our first story is about Anambra Club, Solution Football Club. Solution Football Club is a club literally 4 months old, and they've started their quest aim for glory in the second tier of Nigerian club football. Well, let's tell you that Charles Egbe's stunning finish on the stroke of halftime was all Solution FC needed to dispatch Osun United in one of the match day 4 fixtures of one of the match day 4 fixtures of the ongoing 2023-2024 Nigeria National League, the NNL Conference B, played at the Oka City Stadium, and that was on Saturday, the 9th of December 2023. The technical crew led by Uche Okabue made 2 changes to the team who featured in match day 2 against Warriors, as Charles Egbe and Daniel Okpodi came in for skipper David Okoye and Cosmas Oko. The Solution boys are oozing in confidence. You have taken the lead as early as the 17th minute in that game. True the Onyeka's headed effort from Charles Egbe's corner kick, but for a last ditch off the line clearance by Aminu Abubakar of Osun United. Thereafter, it was pretty an end-to-end stuff from both sides till late on in the first stanza of the game, as Charles Egbe's lobbed effort, rebound of Osun shotstopper before Suleiman's save from Best Albamwi's shot hit the back of the net. In that one, in the second period, the visitors came close to taking the lead at 10 minutes from time, as the Solution boys at defense were caught napping with a sloppy play, but stand-in skipper and shotstopper Chinedu Nwabueze, Chinedu Nwabueze came closer to the rescue, making a succession of 3 saves to deny Sodiq Babatunde and Estienne Emmanuel for the visitors, and the Solution boys retreated, kept their cool and composure in the late stages of the game to take all available points and maintain the 100% record and clean sheet at home. Reacting after the match, a head coach of the team, Uche Okabue, described that the game as a tough one while commending Osun United for the display. He, however, praised his charges for the composure and discipline to grind out the needed win. The gaffer said that the team is still in work in progress, as they will continue to work on the perceived gray areas while shifting their focus now to the next game against Ijebu United FC. Solution Football Club of Anambra State will next take on Ijebu United in the match day 5 fixture built for the Deep Odina Stadium, Ijebu, Ogun State, and that match is coming up on Saturday. It is happening on Saturday, the 16th of December 2023, and we can't wait for that one to happen. So congratulations to that team out there, talking about a Solution Football Club for getting the important win against Osun United in one of the match day 4 fixtures of the second tier of Nigerian club football, which is the National League. Congratulations to them, and we hope when they get to Ijebu-Ode, they will get their first win of the season. We are looking forward to that one, and that match will come up on Saturday. Our prayers and support are with and Solution Football Club. We hope that they go to Ijebu-Ode and get the maximum points at stake in the Match Day 5 program of the NNL coming up on Saturday. Let's move away from that. Let's go to Nnewi, and let's tell you about a certain man known as Ichie Kenneth Maduako, who is the CEO and MD of the CEO and MD of KM Lubricants. And of course, last week here on the show, we are talking about the KM Lubricant and Budweiser football competition. But this time around, of course, we had the finals of the Lincoln Cup. The Lincoln Cup played yesterday at the FC Fanyoba International Stadium, Nnewi. In the first match, in the first finals, played on Saturday, Young Boys Ozobolo defeated Nnewi Youth Academy by 3-1. For the under-13 finals, played yesterday, Onitsha All-Stars defeated Temple of God 5-3 on penalties after 1-1 at regulation time, and that was how it ended there. And in the senior category, Okpuno Ebo defeated Golden Eagles of Nnewi. Okpuno Ebo All-Stars Nnewi saw off Golden Eagles of Nnewi by 1-0. Chimobi DK's header in the 22nd minute of the game, assisted by Oluchukwu Nwosu, was all they needed in that one to win the grand prize yesterday. Won the grand prize of 150,000 naira. And for the under 13, yes, for the under 13, just like I told you, Onitsha All-Stars, Onitsha All-Stars FC emerged champions as they saw off Temple of God 5-3 on penalties. They got 50,000 naira. It was upgraded from 30,000 naira to 50,000 naira by the sponsor, Chief Kenneth Maduako. And the second position, Temple of God FC of Nnewi. Temple of God FC of Nnewi emerged the second. They went home with a sum of 20,000 naira, while 10,000 naira went to No Skin Pain Football Club for finishing third in the competition. For the under 15 level, let's tell you that third position went to All Stars of Onitsha, who won 20,000 naira. The second position went to Nnewi Youth Academy, who won 30,000 naira, and the first position went to Young Boys Ozobolo, who won the grand prize of 80,000 naira. In that one. And let's also tell you that for the senior level, All Stars Onitsha got 70,000 naira. The fourth place team, which we hear is the third place team, won 70,000 naira. The second place team, which is a Golden Eagles Nnewi, and they smiled home with a grand prize of 100,000 naira, while the first prize of 150,000 naira went to the team out there talking about Okpuno Ebu All-Stars Nnewi. And like I told you, Chimobi DK's header in the 22nd minute of the game from a free kick assisted by Oluchukwu Nwosu was all they needed to covet the trophy and the grand prize of 150,000 naira. And according to the sponsor of the competition, Chief Kenneth Maduako, he said that the competition will be much more bigger come the next edition, which will be in 2024. He thanked all the teams for having a good representation. He also eulogized God for injury-free competition, and there was no casualty. And of course, he urged that those teams that are won, and of course, to prepare for the big one next year, as they know that there will be competition because now they are the champions. He also promised that to continue to do more in terms of youth empowerment through sports, and of course, in the aspect of human capital development and human resource management, using football as a tool to unite the youth of Nnewi and surrounding communities in Nnewi, while also promising that, of course, he will continue to keep the 2023 AFCON come January 2024. And now quickly to the African scene, let's tell you that Mo Salah has scored his 200th goal as a Jurgen Klopp side produced a late comeback against 10-man Crystal Palace to move top of the Premier League and increase the pressure on former boss Roy Hodgson. Salah became only the 5th player to reach the landmark for the club, joining Ian Rush, Roger Hunt, Gordon Hodgson, Billy Liddell, when he ignited the fight back with a 76-minute equalizer. It was Harvey Elliott who delivered the decisive moment inside the first off at the 10 minutes of added time, producing a stunning strike from the edge off at the penalty area to lift Liverpool above Arsenal. Salah's goal arrived at just 98 seconds after Jordan Ayew was dismissed for a second bookable offense, and the visitors had failed to land a shot on target. Period to the movement. Palace booed off by their supporters following a disappointing home loss to Bournemouth on Wednesday. We are on course to deliver a surprise blow to the Reds title aspirations following Jean Philippe's Mateta's penalty, and the game had continued for more than 1 minute after Jarrell Kwanse caught Mateta when attempting to clear a cross before the video assistant referee intervened. But the referee and the Madley did not take longer to award Palace a spot kick after being sent to the pitch side and monitor. And Palace has seen a penalty decision in their favor overturned during the first half when Madley took 3 minutes to review a challenge by Will Hughes on Endo in the lead up to Virgil van Dijk foul on Edson Edward inside the box. But what mattered was Liverpool got all the 3 points in that game, and they continue to go in the Premier League. You're watching Sports Splash on ABS TV. We'll take a short break. When we come back on the show, we'll talk about Lewis Hamilton, and then we'll tell you about tennis, athletics, and some results of football matches played in Europe after this timeout. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. You're watching Sports Splash, the Monday edition here on ABS TV, and it happens here weekdays 9:15 to 9:55 a.m. We apologize for starting the show a little behind schedule today. And of course, in the first half of the show, we told you about Solution Football Club, how they got the better of Osun United in the match day 4 program of the Nigerian National League. A goal scored by Charles Ewe on the dot of the 45th minute of the game was all they needed to get all the 3 points at stake in that game. We also told you about the Lincoln Cup in India. We've been bankrolled by Chief Kenneth Maduako. We told you how Onitsha All-Stars emerged as champions of the Under-13. We equally told you about how Young Boys Ozobolo emerged as the champions of Under-15, and how Okpuno Ebu All-Stars Nnewi got the better of their opponents, the Golden Eagles of Nnewi by 1-0 in the finals of the senior level to cut home at the price of 150,000 naira. And of course, we told you that the Onitsha All-Stars went home with 50,000 naira, upgraded from 30,000 naira by the sponsor, Chief Kenneth Maduako. And then we told you that the Young Boys or Zobolo equally did something unique and unprecedented, as also the match champions are winning the grand prize of 50,000 naira. We equally told you that the sponsor said that he's going to up the competition level by some extra incentive in years to come. It starts from the next edition and all that. Now let's move on. Let's talk about Formula One. In Formula One, Lewis Hamilton says that the actions of Formula One's governing body has been unacceptable in launching an inquiry into Toto and Susie Wolf, and the FIA on Thursday ended a conflict of interest investigation into the married couple. And just 2 days after it began, we hear Hamilton said it was disappointing. The FIA has sought to question the integrity of one of the most incredible female leaders who they have had in the sport. He said he had done so without questioning her, without any evidence. And Hamilton did not directly reference Toto Wolff in his remarks, but he was also referring to the allegations against the team principal, who he had praised in an answer to an earlier question. And the 7-time world champions commenter made in a news conference before the FIA's end of the season prize giving gala in Baku came after this and made it clear they were considering all legal actions. Moving on the show, let's tell you that Josh Kerr has been named as Scottish Sports Person of the Year by the Sports Scotland and Team Scotland that we hear. The 26-year-old that became 1,500 meters world champion in Budapest earlier this year, and also won male athlete of the year, and cyclist Katia Archibald was a female athlete of the year after winning a world championship gold medal and 3 European golds this year. Men's 100 meters backstroke S12 champion Stephen Clegg won para athlete of the year, while swimmer Matthew Wade was young athlete of the year, and the team award went to Scotland's 7-side that triumphed at the Commonwealth Youth Games in Trinidad and Tobago. Five-face AC's Steve Diog took coach of the year, and former Scotland footballer Julia Fleeting, MBE and ex-Shinty player Ronald Rosa, MBE, were inducted into the Hall of Fame. And still talking sports, and now let's go to tennis news. In tennis, Nick Kyrgios says he will not take part in the Australian Open in January because of an ongoing injury concerns. The 28-year-old Australian missed all 4 majors in the 2023 because of a wrist and knee and foot injuries. He has played just 1 match on the ATP Tour this year, losing to China's Wu Yibing in Stuttgart, and that was in the month of June. Australian Open boss Craig Tiley said that Kyrgios will attend in some form, with Kyrgios saying he will still be around commentating matches. And Kyrgios said that last month the stars will need to align for him to be fit for the first major of the year. The Australian Open takes place from the 14th to the 28th of January in Melbourne. He also reached the Wimbledon final the year and losing to Novak Djokovic and reaching the last 8 in the US Open. And of course, however, he struggled for fitness in 2023, first withdrawing from the Australian Open with a knee injury before undergoing surgery on the issue. He then missed the French Open because of a foot injury, and Wimbledon with a wrist ligament problem, which also forced him out of the US Open. And lastly, from tennis, and let's tell you that legend Chris Evert says her cancer has returned 2 years after being diagnosed with an ovarian cancer. According to report, American Evert, 68 years of age, was first diagnosed in December 2021 after a preventative hysterectomy, and said in January 2023 she was cancer-free. The 18-time Grand Slam singles champion says she will now undergo another round of chemotherapy. She says she will not travel to the Australian Open, which begins on 14th of January, but that she will be ready for the rest of the Grand Slam season. Her former playing rival Martina Navratilova previously credited Evert with supporting her when she was diagnosed with throat and breast cancer, and it was in 2020. And of course, Evert's sister Jean died of the same disease, and that was in 2020. And in football, Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola says that he hopes Erling Haaland will be fit for the first match of the Club World Cup, and that's coming up on the 19th of December. We'll be watching out for that one. And now let's go quickly to results of our league matches played across Western Europe at the weekend. Let's just focus on Spain. In Spain, Barcelona lost 2-4 to Girona. Cadiz won, Osasuna won, Granada 0, Athletic Club won, Atletico Madrid 2, Almeria won. That's the result. Real Mallorca won, Sevilla 0, Villarreal 0, Real Sociedad 3, and Real Betis played out a 1-0 draw against Real Madrid. Elsewhere was Deportivo Alaves 0, Las Palmas 1, Getafe 1, and Valencia 0. In England, Tottenham Hotspur defeated Newcastle by 4-1, Everton 2, Chelsea 0, Fulham defeated West Ham 5-0, Luton 1, Man City 2, late comeback by Man City, Aston Villa 1, Arsenal 0, Brighton 1, Burnley 1, Manchester United 0, Bournemouth 3, Sheffield United 1, Brentford 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers played out a 1-0 draw against Nottingham Forest, and Crystal Palace lost 1-2 to Liverpool in the games that played at the weekend in the Premier League. Thanks so much for being part of our Sports Splash, the Monday edition. The show will return again tomorrow, same time for another episode. My name is Ike Nwoked. Have a lovely week and remember to keep sporting. Bye-bye now.